protection, here to stay. On your path, the truth unfolds. Guides will whisper, stories told. Let your journey now begin. In the magic, let's dive in. So tell me, what do the cards reveal? What's the truth they conceal? She's the high priestess with the key to every question that's haunting me. A lover's heart or a warning from the past. In the terror's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. In the tarot's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. The moonlight glows, the veil is thin. Lunar affinity will call again. Thanks for walking in the light, where guides whisper pure insight. Until we meet, the cards will wait. Mystic whispers guide your fate. With every message our spirits send, for cosmic dreams our souls transcend.
Hello, everyone, and welcome in. Yeah, Fiza, Luna's a pretty popular name. That's why I'm Luna Affinity, not just Luna. Don't really know what else to say about that. I chose this name back in 2020, so if it's on the uprise, then it might just be getting more popular. All right, so it looks like we have about 15 people in the chat right now that are asking free yes, no questions, which means that half of you have not liked the live stream. That is waiting for a free yes, no. So please take a second to do that now before I get started. We also have an angel donation giveaway tonight. That means that we had an angel donor that sent money to bless someone in the chat today. So that's going to be for a free mini reading. If you guys want to participate in that, make sure you stick around until the end of the free list and we will announce a winner. All right, guys, we've got 18 people who are asking a free yes, no, and only 12 likes. I am going to go ahead and get started, but please be respectful and like the live stream if you haven't had the chance to do so yet. It's the only thing I ask in exchange for a free reading. When you like the live stream, you do help me, you boost the algorithm, and you help YouTube allow me to reach other people that have not made their way here. I'm doing about $100 worth of free readings tonight, so liking the live stream is the very minimal thing you can do for me. Thank you, Emily. Thanks, Smiley. Okay, let's get started on the free list. First, we have a DT. A DT, I am getting a no for this question right now. I have the 8 of Swords and 4 of Cups. Sophie. Sophie, I have a no. 6 of Swords. Meredith. Meredith, I have a yes. 9 of Pentacles. Nessa. I have a no. 4 of Swords. May just take a little more time than that unless the energy shifts. Nat. I am getting a yes, Nat. 10 of Pentacles, according to this card. It might be something more than just the next person. It might be your life partner. Smiley. Yes, 3 of Pentacles. Emily. Emily, I am getting a yes. Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands. Dell. Dell, I have a yes. Page of Cups, the Empress, and the Sun. Believing in the impossible, that there's growth and positivity here. Thank you, Emily. You're welcome, Aditi. You're welcome, Nat. We do have an angel giveaway tonight. So if you want to be a part of entering to win, make sure you stick around until the end of the free list, which is still going and will be going for the next few minutes. All right, this is for Fabi. No, 5 of Wands. Fiza, is twin flame, or sorry, is twin soul different from twin flame? I'm getting a yes for this question. It sounds similar, but maybe it's not exactly the same. Pretty girl. No, the Tower. Nannies. Yes, the World. Luna. No, 8 of Cups. Ari. No. 8 of Cups. Brittany. Nicole. Brittany, I have a yes. Judgment. So initial attraction, 8 of or 9 of Wands, but I think that it's too soon to know like what's gonna happen here. So I wouldn't say this person's crushing out or anything, but I do feel like there's attraction. IJ. I've been watching IJ. Yes, High Priestess, Space Cowboy. Yes, King of Pentacles. Emily. Yes, Page of Cups. Roses. No, 5 of Wands. Brittany, I think we already answered that question. Ray. Ray, I think so. I have the Sun. That's a yes for me. Sienna. Yes, Page of Cups. Amy. Yes, Page of Pentacles. Oh, why does it still say starting soon? Let's see. Dorella, welcome in. You're welcome, Ari. Emily, you were just concerned. Oh, Emily, I just saw you said I like this chat and readings. Thank you so much for the compliment. Brittany thinks I'll take it. You're welcome. You're welcome, IJ, Fiza, and Emily. You're welcome, Amy. You're welcome, Sienna. All right, we're going to do this last reading here. Free list is closed, but we do have a giveaway that we're going to be doing tonight. So stick around. This is for Dorella. Will Tony reach out to me in April? Yes, The Lovers and Space Cowboy. I think I already answered this question, actually. Make sure that you guys are only posting your question once, okay? Yeah, I already answered that. All right, guys. So we have an angel donor tonight, which means that someone that follows me wanted to bless someone in the chat with a free mini reading tonight. So we thank them and we really appreciate this. They requested to remain anonymous. However, this is someone who has donated for this multiple times. So I just want to give a special shout out. You know who you are. So if we can all just take a second to thank that person, that would be great. And we are going to go ahead and get started with the giveaway. So what can we do tonight? Post a, All right, so post an orange heart in the chat to enter the giveaway. If you missed the free list, this is your chance to get a free reading still. All right, first up we have Amy, then Emily. We'll say Emily R since there's more Emilys in here. Philomena, Roses, Brittany, Alphonse, Sienna, is that everyone so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. You should see your name on the screen entered. If you don't, let me know. We are going to leave this open for just a few more minutes. I also want to take the opportunity now to remind you guys that the donations are also open. We will be doing the angel winner first, and then we'll be doing donations after that. I'm going to give it to 10:37 my time, which is in 1 more minute, and then we will lock it in. All right, so I have Amy, Emily R, Philomena, Roses, Brittany, Alphonse, Sienna, Aditi, and Emily S. About 30 more seconds and we're locking it in. All right, guys. Why does it do this? I don't understand. All right, that's better. Oh, Positive Bear, sorry. I think your message came through a little late. All right. Good luck, everyone. Congratulations, Emily S. You have won a free mini reading. Thank you again to the angel donor who allowed for this to happen tonight. So the winner is Emily S. Emily S., you have a free mini reading. So just drop your question in the chat, please. Let me know what your question is, and you can redeem your reading right now. All right, this is for Emily. How does Matt feel about you? Do you have a future? Hey, Amy, thank you. Okay, perfect. You'll be next, all right? How does Matt feel about Emily? How does Matt feel about Emily? So, Emily, I will say that there is a desire from Matt to have something with you again. I have the 6 of Cups and the 10 of Cups, and that always tells me a desire for reconciliation, for reuniting with you, and hoping that things can change, that the future can change to something better. In terms of how he feels, I have the 7 of Cups, the Devil, the 6 of Swords in the World. So even though there's hope for Matt to reunite with you, he feels like it might be over. Not because he wants it to be, but because he feels like that's where this is heading. I think that more than anything, he just wants things to be easier with you. I think that he's not quite happy with how things left off. He feels very much attached to you as well. With the Devil here, it's like you're someone that he can't really let go of. And I think that there's maybe some strategy that's going on in his mind right now, trying to think, how do I communicate with her? How do I talk to her again? Is there even a chance for that to happen? If I were to, reach out to her, how would that go? It's not stating that Matt has any plan to contact you, but Matt is contemplating and thinking right now, what is it that he wants and how does he want to go about this? And should he reach out to you? So it's all in his head right now. There's no plan of action, but there is a will in his heart to reunite with you and maybe change the story, change the outcome. I think he has hope for this, but he also has one foot in reality and understands that this may not happen, although it's not what he wants. Okay? So, Emily, that is what I have for you. I can tell that the chat is a little bit behind for you, Emily, so I'm sure you'll catch up at some point. But that is your reading. Next up, we have Amy for an in-depth reading. So, Amy, whenever you're ready, let me know. Sounds good. Emily, I'm doing so good tonight. How are you? You know, it's funny. I really haven't done much today. I basically woke up and then went back to sleep. So I feel like I've been sleeping all day. You guys know I work nights. So I'm up until like 5 in the morning. So I slept from like 5 a.m. to probably like 1:30. And then I swear I was up for like 3 or 4 hours and then I went back to sleep again. So it's just a really tired day today. Got some dishes done. Just boring, like menial stuff. But the day itself has been good. Yesterday was a very emotionally involved day for a lot of reasons. Everything's good, but we just had some family matters going on. So yesterday was kind of crazy. So I am very grateful for a boring, like eventless day today. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well as well. Yeah, just like super sleepy today. Thanks, Emily. I'm just grateful that my husband is such a good provider and he goes to work every single day and takes care of us. And while I still do my job to pull my weight, I'm very grateful that he does what he does so that I have the flexibility of being able to work from home. And when I need those breaks, I can get those breaks. Hey, Jazz. Welcome in, girl. How are you? Amy, so what all would Elias truly say to me right now if he could message? He would say, I'm only slightly concerned, but I'm also feeling like maybe he's just a dry texter. Does he text just kind of minimal, which he's young? Oh, thanks, Jazz. I definitely got your donation. So you're going to be next after Amy, okay? I'm working on Amy right now. He would say that he's having a lot of fun with you or that he had fun with you recently. That he wants to continue to get to know you, spend time with you, communicate with you, that when you guys went your separate ways, that he felt very happy in his heart and very happy in his soul. And there's something here about dancing, and I know that you guys met at a place where you can dance. I think you said, I can't remember. But there is some kind of element of dancing here. So this could be like, you make me feel like dancing. I'm so happy when I'm around you. I want to dance. Like, you give me like good energy. or it can literally be talking about dancing, but there's definitely something here with that. I feel like he's trying to see where this can go. The Four of Wands talks about taking things to the next level as well. I do remember in the reading last night, I had said that he's kind of looking at himself as potentially boyfriend material. Granted, he is very young, as you said. So, anything can happen. Obviously, anything can happen. If it's meant to be, it will be. But I do think that he has a lot of like growing to do. And I think that he might be putting on boots that are a little big for him. He's trying to fill some shoes that I don't think he's quite ready for with these fantasies, with these ideas. Like, for instance, wanting to be your boyfriend. I think he might fantasize about that. However, I don't know when push comes to shove if he's actually ready to like give that commitment that he wants to give. But I feel like he feels like you're very special, and I think he'd want to tell you that. Let me see. Emily says we're already talking again. Oh, interesting. Well, you can still take what I said and apply it, Emily. Just take into consideration that him saying he wants to reconcile with you, it's already happened. So maybe he's just not ready to put a lot of action to that plan just yet. But maybe he's just enjoying the talking stages with you. Thank you, Jazz. I am doing good. Thank you. Said it was line dancing that we met through Crystal and her friends. Right. Okay, I remember now. You said something you're also being careful about. Okay. So he's kind of funny because I feel like he's not super vulnerable type, but I think that he would say that you bring out a different side of him that makes him feel more comfortable, like he can do things and be things and act in certain ways that he maybe typically doesn't feel like he can. Amy, for him, you have very nurturing like personality. I don't know if he feels like score, like I got to catch because she's so much older than me. Like I don't know what that is. But I feel almost like he's looking at you as someone who will like take care of him in a way, which, you know, that's fine to a certain extent. You know, like I care for and I nurture my partner, but I'm not his mom. Do you get what I mean? So we have to make sure that he's not looking at you with like a mommy complex, like, because you are a little bit older than him, not a lot, but a little bit. So that's the thing, Amy, is like maybe this is just a good person to have fun with. And he's kind of viewing you as the same. I feel like the reason why I think he's looking at himself as a boyfriend for like could I be her partner? Could I be her boyfriend? Is just because he feels like that's the natural next thing. You are years ahead of him. You are more experienced than him, and I feel almost like he's like feeling like he needs to push himself out of a comfort zone to grow up faster, to be more mature, to be respectful, to treat you like a gentleman. I feel almost like if you were his age, is what I'm trying to say, he wouldn't be in such a rush to be mature, to grow up, to do the things. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. I just kind of feel like I'm viewing him as someone like, oh, if I date her or like we date, I'm going to have to do all these things and like basically come across in a way that I'm much older than I am. And I don't really know if he's ready for that. Like maybe now he feels he is, but I don't know how sustainable that is, you know? He's still figuring himself out. He's still figuring out what he wants. That's probably something he would tell you. So I think right now he's just kind of like enjoying it for what it is. But I think in his mind, Amy, he's like incredibly attracted to you. And I think that he's very drawn to you for reasons that he can't quite explain. And I think that it's almost like he's taken by you. Like he almost doesn't want to be with someone in his age realm. And again, when I say age, I'm not calling you a cougar. I know that you're not that much older than him, but you have years of experience that he doesn't have. There's definitely different qualities of life going on here. Like you have a certain day-to-day kind of thing. Also, you're old enough to drink, things like that. It's just different. And so I feel like he's drawn to wanting to be with you because he feels like, oh, this is going to help put me in that lane of like maturing and getting. I feel like he craves that. I feel like he wants to feel like an adult. He wants to feel like but the thing is that what worries me a little bit is how sustainable that is, because maybe he's getting too big for his britches or whatever the expression is. Like I feel like he's trying to fill shoes that he's not quite ready to fill. So what I would say is have fun with him, okay? Yes, take it one day at a time and just honestly have fun, enjoy each other. Whatever that is between the two of you, that is your business. Amy, just would say, when you feel your expectations are not being met or they can't be met by this person, politely remove yourself from the situation, because I don't want you to settle for something just because this person is not in the place that you are in life. Do you get what I mean? Now, there is the possibility that he steps up in every single way and that this is the best relationship you've ever had. I just don't know for sure what exactly is going to happen here, because I'm picking up right now with your question, like, what would he say to you? So he'd say, like, I'm excited about this connection. I'm looking forward to where it goes. I have so much fun with you. You make me feel like I want to be more mature and a better person. And I'm just really drawn to you for reasons that I can't quite explain. But I think there is some moments for him where he wonders if he should go for someone in his age bracket, because maybe that would make him feel like not that he's putting too much pressure on himself. Emily, thank you for the donation. I'll be with you after Jasmine, okay? All right, so you said I ain't no one's mom. Oh dear, yeah. I'm like, I'd rather you just enjoy being young and figure things out. Exactly. I'm very like, I'd rather be endgame than just a chapter. Exactly. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you think I'm funny, girl. That's why I'm just trying to remind myself our connection a day at a time, and I'm worried too because he's young. I know when I was 18, I was literally a sophomore in college, enjoying life. When you were 18, you were a sophomore in college? Were you like an advanced student? That's crazy. Did you graduate early or something? I just know I wouldn't mind if we became serious. Well, duh, you guys are attracted to each other. Because I won't lie, I do feel attraction. I know that. And I can't explain it either as to why I do towards him. Amy, what the heck? How did you do that? Are you a genius? Did you do homeschool and just get it done early? What happened? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Very, very cool. Amy, does that answer your question? Oh my gosh. That's wild. Seriously. So, Amy, you probably felt like so much younger than everyone you were going to school with. Okay, so oh, you said, I guess I hope we turn out okay. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys have like positive stuff on your side. Like I see a lot of like I'm cutting the deck and I see the Wheel of Fortune, luck, Two of Cups, romance. So I mean, I feel like it's gonna go well. From his perspective, he has a lot of excitement and hope for what's to come. You're welcome, Emily. I know nothing's ever set in stone or anything can change, but I know I don't want to be intimate with him once we're in a relationship. Amy, I think that's a great boundary to set. I think that's important because I think that can get you into trouble. It can get anybody into trouble. You know, here's the thing. If you want to be intimate with someone just for the sake of being intimate with them, do you. But if your goal is to be in a relationship with that person, if you set the precedent too early, too soon, unfortunately that will set the tone for the relationship. So, you know, I mean, I think the only way that sleeping with someone early would you would still end up in a relationship with them is if that other person's morals are the same as yours. So, if that other person is a relationship person and you guys end up getting intimate in the beginning, but that other person is like heavy on relationships, wanting to be with you, then yeah, you'll end up in a relationship regardless. But I think that when you're dealing with someone of this age, you're dealing with someone of this mentality who is very attracted to you, and isn't 100% sure what they want, what they're looking for, knowing any of that information. I think that you have to be kind of the one to guide what you will and will not accept. And it may be hard to have restraint with this person, but I think it will pay off in the end. Whether you guys don't end up in a relationship, you'll feel good because you didn't give it away. And if you do, you'll feel good that you waited. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that, setting that precedent from the jump. Like I know Crystal was 19 and a half when she met Kendall. Kendall was like 25. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like you being in your early 20s and him being 18 is not it's not like the end all be all, oh my God, this isn't gonna work out. With the cards I pulled, I just wanted to articulate all the ways in which you guys are compatible, but also you could be facing some challenges at the same time. Lovely. Thank you so much for the donation. I'm going to update the list just so everyone can see where we're at. Oh my gosh. Right. It kind of made me want to see like at least a year from now and take a slow burn at this point. I think that's good. Oh my God, yes. And I know one of my lessons to learn restraint for my love life and actually put in patience. But not gonna lie, I'm basically kicking myself in the butt as a reminder. Yeah, you're welcome, Amy. Temptation is a hard thing. It is. It's literally a hard thing. Wink, wink, get it. But I feel like Amy, that's a really healthy space for you to be in right now. And the mentality that you have behind it and like basically your perspective on it is just super, super healthy and stable. Like, I think it's a great attitude to have towards it. And, I think that Elias is going to respect you for it even more no matter what. Yeah. Well, just have fun, enjoy each other, spend time with each other, but I think you've got this. You've got a good take on it. Yeah, you're welcome, Amy, of course. You're welcome. I am very grateful and honored to be a part of this journey with you. So, thank you. Okay, so this is for Ajaz. How did Robin the Libra feel after letting her know that I would like to continue our connection platonically and canceling our date? How did Robin the Libra feel after letting her know I would like to continue platonically and cancel the date? How did Libra feel? I'm not gonna lie to you, Jazz. There was some disappointment here, but I think that she's handling it really well, to be honest. I think, she's happy to have a platonic connection with you. Um, Maybe it's not her first choice, but I think that she's handling it fairly well, it seems. Like, I don't think she's super offended. Like I said, Five of Pentacles. We do have some disappointment here. But maybe she just appreciates the upfront honesty that you provided. Like, maybe she appreciates the fact that you kind of told her what it was from the jump, because that made her feel respected. I think that there's a lot of times where people will just kind of lead us on, make us question, and we don't really know where we stand. You said she has somebody else having her attention more. So, okay. So there's some kind of level of understanding here. I think she's okay with it, Jazz. I do. I mean, it's more like she's like, I understand. I appreciate it. Like, thank you for telling me. I respect it. It's fine. Like, I feel like there was some interest in you, but as you said, maybe she's having more of a connection with someone else, and maybe this just helped her kind of just stay on that path and just pay more attention to that person rather than feeling a bit torn in that decision. And obviously, Jazz, you deserve as well to have the full undivided attention from someone yourself. So I think she's okay with this. I think she's understanding. I think she's appreciative of your upfront honesty and just being really straightforward with her and direct. I think that she would have definitely still gone on the date and because like, here's the thing with this other person, even though it's not the question I asked, I am getting information that she's not 100% set on this other person. This other person's not, all her eggs are not in that basket. Maybe a lot of her eggs are there, but not all of them. And so I think that she was wanting to / willing to go through with this date with you just to kind of see if maybe she has a stronger bond with you or someone else. So at the end of the day, she's not mad at you. She doesn't have resentful feelings towards you or anything like that. I think it's just feeling of respect, appreciation for the direct, straightforward nature that you gave to her and maybe like wishing you well, I felt like I wasn't getting equal amount of her time. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, we can't help it when we have a stronger connection with someone else. Like, that's just how it's going to go down. But like I said, she's not mad or disappointed in the way that she would have anger or resentment towards you. Brittany, you're cracking me up in here with these little emojis. Are you having fun? I hope I didn't make a mistake, but I just felt like things started to switch up with this communication. I feel like Spirit wants you to know, Jazz, that you did the right thing, that you did not make a mistake, that you basically liberated her from feeling eventually that she was going to have to choose. This just kind of felt like what was supposed to happen. Um, almost like she felt in a way that maybe the universe just came in and made a decision for her, because she knew that at some point she was going to have to make a choice, and I think that was something that was concerning her, and the fact that you did it for her may have made things a little bit easier. I think that um she wants to stay connected to you in some way, like maybe like you said, platonically or something. Like, I think that if she sees you out or around, and she wants you to know no hard feelings, but I feel like this kind of just made things a little bit easier for her. Like I said, she was open to the date. She was open to getting to know you more and seeing if there was something there between you. Um, but I think in the end, maybe she feels like all's well that ends well. Brittany, you said just showing my support for free because finally I was right. What were you right about? I understand, Jazz. I completely understand. And thank you for the support, Brittany. I had the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like that spirit's just saying, like, you made the right decision. You're sitting pretty. Oh, for the yes no question. Got you. I was looking forward towards the date, but she lives in another state. Yeah. I honestly feel like, Jazz, you dodged a bullet, and I feel like for her, she feels like you set her free and made things a little easier for her to decide. So I think, while maybe it's not exactly how she would have pictured it, because I think she still was considering like going through with this date and stuff. Um, maybe she just says she thinks it's for the best. Like, it happened, and maybe it was for the best. Yeah. So Brittany asked a yes, no question, and she had a feeling about something, and she was right. And the tarot confirmed it. So she's excited. And she said she's showing support in the chat for that. Jazz, did you want to add on to your readings tonight, or does that answer your question? I need to actually get my water out of the fridge. Yes, Brittany, thank you. Okay. Yeah, whenever you get that sent, just drop your question. I don't know about you guys, but over here on the East Coast, and I don't know exactly where it starts and stops, but where I'm at, we've been having like a lot of really nice weather. Like super, super nice. Like spring is in the air. And then all of a sudden this week, it's supposed to get to like the 30s at night. Like this is the first time probably since February that we have had a frost warning, and I'm like hella confused. So like this, we haven't had to turn our heat on for, I think in February we had it on auto, and then we had AC on the entire month of March. And now we're turning the heat back on. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Oh, phone's about to die. Okay. All right. Let me get shuffling for you. 70s on the West Coast. Yeah, that's what it had been like the last couple of weeks. Like I would say in February, we had it on auto. We had like if it got below a certain point, the heat would kick on. If it got above a certain point, the AC would turn on. That was like February. And then March, we pretty much had the AC on the whole time, or just nothing at all. We just had the air off. And now we're like having to turn the heat back on. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I'm like sitting in my house freezing to death because it's like 65 degrees in here. I love cold weather too. I've been looking forward to the warmer weather. Not so much because the bugs, but just like the things you can do outside in the warmer weather. All right. Well, Ajaz, meet someone new soon romantically. Oh, wait, you be with someone new romantically during summer. All right. Well, Ajaz, be with someone new romantically during summer. Will Ajaz be with someone new romantically in the summer? All right, Ajaz, I'm not sure if you're in here yet or not, if you were able to fix your phone situation, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So when you come back in, if you're not here, we'll just have you scroll back a bit. But I am getting that you are getting to know someone romantically in the summertime. By the end of summer, there could be, oh, hey girl, there could be something that develops more with this person. I'm getting 10 of Wands, so, and then the Sun. So it's like, I know this is too crazy. I don't think this is, well, the 10 of Wands in this deck a lot of times can indicate like moving. So, you know, if this person lives at a distance from you, maybe they're moving to your area. I think it would, I don't know, but if it were me, I would feel like if by the end of summer they were moving in with me, that would feel kind of fast. But hey, crazier things have happened. But there's something here about like bags being packed and moving in or moving. And then there's the Sun, which talks about like a lot of positivity, warmth, growth, vitality, life, all of that. So it feels like to me that there's just like this burst of happiness and sunshine and excitement for this person that happens at the end of summer or by the end of summer. And it feels like someone's moving closer to you or moving in with you. And that may be pretty standard, or that may seem kind of crazy for you, but maybe there's a circumstance surrounding this that then need to kind of push the timeline up to move in together. But there's something here to do with like travel. So the only other thing I could think of, if it's not moving or moving in, it would be traveling together somewhere, going on a like very fun vacation that requires packing your bags and getting out somewhere. So there's something going on here with that. We also have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, which indicates feeling very excited, feeling like you're no longer the single or odd person out, that you feel like, oh, love is actually happening for me. Like, I don't have to sit here and watch other people have that, and I don't have that. Now I get to be a part of this, and I get to feel it, and I get to be in a relationship with someone. And I feel like lucky. I feel very lucky. And like, you're like, I want to protect this with everything that I have. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Pentacles. So you're very, very protective of this person. A little territorial, making sure that, you know, everyone knows that she's with you and it is what it is. So like very excited about this connection, wanting to maybe like show it off, be very public with it, but at the same time being very proud that people will know you as a couple. So my advice here with the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords is to just make sure that you are continuing to be very clear with yourself. If it's not working, like for instance with the Libra, and you don't really feel like you're getting what you're looking for, that you just cut that off immediately, because you will be getting yourself closer and closer to what it is you're looking for. I think a lot of times we make mistakes. We fight really hard for connections that aren't serving us, that aren't giving to us what we need, and feeling like we're settling in those connections. And we waste a lot of time. And to think that if we just said, hey, this isn't for me, and moved along after a week or two, how much faster we would actually get to finding the person we're looking for. So I commend you for cutting that off with the Libra, because maybe you're getting more concise and more rigid with what you want, and that's getting you closer to what it is you're looking for. So set those boundaries. And that is what I have for you, Jazz. It feels like relationship. And as I say that, I cut the deck and I have the 10 of Cups. Very fitting to 10 of Cups with a little rainbow. So yeah, I think this is someone you enter a relationship with. You have something pretty stable. Do I see her being tall? I think she's around your height, maybe a little taller, if I were to guess. I'm only going off of the cards that I pulled, but I think she might be your height or a little taller. You like them tall? Tall girls are hot. Yeah. Again, Jazz, I'm not sure. This isn't the question I asked, so I don't know. I was only making a guess based off of the cards that I pulled, so I don't feel confident in that answer. But. Oh, I'm excited for you. All right, Jazz, thank you so much. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Next up, we have Emily. Good night. So this is for Emily S. Emily, I'm not sure if you're in here or not, but we're going to go ahead and pull for you. You guys are funny. Are we all shorties up in here? I'm like 4'11". I'm really short. I'm 5 feet on a good day, but I'm like 4'11 and a half. I'm a shorty too. $5 foot. Oh, you're 5. Oh, Jazz is 5'8". Yeah, I'm a shorty. It's got to be the Puerto Rican in my blood. Because you know what's messed up? Both of my parents are taller than me. So it's like, why couldn't I have at least been their height? Like my mom, I think she's like 5'2", 5'3". And my bio dad is probably like 5'8", 5'9". So they're still on the shorter side. But I'm like barely 5 feet. I'm like, could I at least be as tall as my mom? Like, why are both my parents taller than me? And I have a sister who's 2 years younger than me. We're the exact same height. Like, we're both super short. So it's very annoying. Not that I want to be like super tall, not necessarily, but I would take a couple more inches on my height. That might help me. Maybe I'd be able to reach the third cabinet up in my house, like the third shelf up in the cabinet. Dang. Of course, all my siblings are taller than me except for my sister. All right, this is for Emily. So let's see. Was he being distant tonight because of his sister's breast cancer? Was he being distant tonight because of his sister's breast cancer? I am getting a yes, Emily. I have the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Cups. This seems to have to do with like an emotional situation with the King of Cups for him. And when I cut the deck, I got the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords. So he just was like mentally having a hard time, it seems. This was like an emotional situation. Lovely. If you're in the chat, let me know. Well, yeah, of course, Brittany, of course. When I met my husband, I told him I was short and he just didn't believe me. And he's not super tall either. He's like 5'9". Um, but obviously he's way taller than me. And when we first met, he was like, "Oh my God." He's like, "You really are fun size." And that's like the first thing that he ever said to me, like face to face. And I'll always remember that because I thought that was so cute. He really likes that I'm short. Like I think because he's not super tall either himself, that I like make him feel tall and he likes that. Definitely don't mind being a shorty. Most of all, it's like makes me who I am. So like I like that. I think my issue with it is that if I could be a little bit taller, I feel like things would fit me better. I wouldn't have to get super petite everything or like 3/4 lengths this. And then I would be able to reach things that I should be able to reach without having to like climb on the counter. Um, I think also like weight wise, like height to weight ratio would be easier for me because I would have a little bit more height to me. I just feel very like compact. So, um, yeah, there's some challenges there, obviously, but overall, I don't mind it. I mean, it makes me who I am. I had very tall exes as well. I had very short exes as well. But the thing is that every person I dated was always taller than me because that's easy to do. Oh, really? So maybe you have shorter legs and a longer torso? I feel like I'm pretty proportional. My torso aren't too long compared to my legs or vice versa, but I have a very curvy figure, like extremely curvy. Um, like the curviest. Like the hips I have on this body, I don't really see in person. It's insane. Um, so I think that's the other thing too. Hey Patricia, my price list is in the description. You never had kids? Same here. Like, I'm gonna show on the screen a picture of one of my wedding pictures, so you can kind of see like proportionally how I am. I loved, loved, loved my dress on me. I absolutely felt like it fit me like a glove. But I'm 5 feet, so you can definitely see, you know, and I carry weight very differently. Um, yeah, girl, the booties. Um, but I'm just extremely curvy, and I feel like that's fine. But I feel like on like a shorter frame, it can kind of make it harder because then I look, I guess, like heavier than I am or something. I don't know how to explain it. Let me message Lovely really quickly and see if she's in the chat. Let's see. So Patricia, I have you down for a yes, no. Emily, no, it was not you. It was not you. Yeah, Brittany, exactly, exactly. Patricia for a mini. Okay, got it, got it. Give me a second, Patricia. Okay. So I have someone else on the donation list, but she said that she stepped away. So she said, Patricia, that to go ahead and do yours first. So you wanted a mini spread. So yeah. So do you have a specific question, or did you want to do one of my mini love spread choices? Because I can do a mini reading for you. If you have a question, we can just answer your question. Or you can do a mini love spread that's pre-designed to answer multiple things. You said, Bernie, I just saw you said my mom has big hips, but she has 6 kids. With these hips of mine, I hope my baby comes out very easily, but we'll see. We will see. I know I always joke about that, but I know that like it's more important about like your bone structure and like your tailbone area and all of that, like how compact that is. Doesn't really like matter how wide your hips are, I don't think, but who's to say? But if these hips are going to work in my favor, it better be during childbirth, is all I have to say. Advice from dealing with Scorpio. Okay, so Patricia, so what we'll do is we're going to not do the love spread. We'll do what I call a mini reading, which is the same price. And we will pull cards for you to give you advice for dealing with the Scorpio. Does that sound good? Sweet, Brittany. That's what I want to hear, girl. That's what I want to hear. All right, Patricia, let's take a look here. What advice do we have? What advice do we have? I dated Scorpios. They're great and bad, super jealous, want to know everything about you without giving you too much on them. Dang. They want to let their body do the talking. You're welcome, Emily. Have a good night, girl. Congratulations again on the win. All right. So I'm trying to figure out, first of all, what is going on with the Scorpio. I pulled the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Moon, the Fool, and the Tower in reverse. I feel like you're dealing with someone who maybe has a hard time. This is weird for a Scorpio because Scorpio is all about like transformation and things like that. That they're like the sign and symbol of change, but there could be other aspects with this person in their chart that become challenging. Like he might have like something square his sun, right? Like a very harsh aspect. Like a malefic basically squaring his sun. So like maybe something challenging like Saturn potentially, depending on what house that's in. I'm just making this assumption because what it feels like to me is with the Tower, you're dealing with someone who feels that they need to change, knows that they need to change, and struggles to do that, struggles to be open to the idea of that. I feel like there's a inner self with this person that really wants to be more of a free spirit, wants to be more go with the flow, not have a lot of baggage, trust in the universe, trust things are going to work out. But there is like a very harsh aspect to this person that stops them from allowing themselves to be that free spirit. And so with the Tower in verse, it indicates to me with your connection that he, I'm saying he, I don't know if it's a he or a her. So just correct me if I'm wrong. But your Scorpio is looking at themselves as, it's almost like there's this understanding, like this awareness that I need to do better, this awareness that I need to change, this awareness that I'm being very stubborn right now and stuck in my ways, and just almost like feeling discomfort when it comes to the idea of changing certain aspects of themselves. And they feel very conflicted about this. We also have the Nine of Swords. So that indicates that this is something that gets to them quite a bit when it comes to you. They could be very much in their head. The Nine of Swords is like someone who could potentially be dealing with other issues, like health related. It could be like anxiety, insomnia, depression. Like, I feel Scorpio energy here is very, very secretive. Very like they want to know about you, but like Brittany said, they're not necessarily like wanting to share about themselves too much. Their secrets are their shame, is what I'm hearing. Scorpio's secrets is their shame. Okay. So the things he doesn't want to tell you, he feels shame about that. So he feels a level of vulnerability that would be required in order to have a connection with you. And he is unwilling to be vulnerable. I think he would feel very liberated to communicate with you these things. I think that he feels his freedom, his free spirit, his full energy is just on the other side of hard conversations and opening up and being vulnerable. But I feel like he knows this, but for whatever reason, he continues to stop himself. It's like he feels this block, almost like a throat chakra block, of being able to communicate this. And this subconscious layer that he's having a hard time showing you runs deep. We have the moon, which talks about like the depths, the corners, the depths, the abyss of our soul. So now that I have that understanding of this person, would you care to elaborate at all about your connection, so that way I can provide some advice? If you're not comfortable giving any other information, I can try to pull this advice for you as best as I can. But the answers might be a little more vague just because I don't know exactly the specifics. You said it's very spot on. Okay. So to start with the advice, I feel like Brittany's kind of right here that your Scorpio needs to feel like he can trust you. And the ways in which you can make him feel that way is by showing your appreciation for him, nurturing, you're on and off, nurturing. This person needs to feel cared for. I don't know the Scorpio's love language. Remembering love languages, there's multiple, and how you give them doesn't mean that's how you want to receive them, but sometimes that does link up. But whatever his love language is, he wants to feel cared for. So if he likes, acts of service, then there are things that you can do in that category that will help him feel cared for. I think your challenge is going to be him allowing you access to him to be able to do these things. Because I think you are naturally a very caring person, but you feel like he's not even giving you the opportunity to do these things for him, right? So it feels almost like that's the main challenge. And honestly, there's not really any advice there, because if he's keeping you at arm's length, we have to respect his boundary. But what I'm saying is that if and when he lets you in, words of encouragement, affirmation, appreciation, ways to show you care, whether that's physical affection, not saying you have to do things you're not ready for or comfortable with, but a hug goes a long way, a hand hold, a back rub, back scratch, whatever, like that kind of stuff. Because I think like the main thing is that when he does allow you access to him, he needs to feel safe. But yeah, he's retreating. I will say, not to be a Debbie Downer here, but I don't know a single person that has had a successful relationship with a Scorpio, to be completely honest. Scorpios are very elusive people. They typically put themselves first. Now, you could have a Scorpio with very positive aspects, trining benefics, and maybe the sun in a very maybe like an Aries rising with like the sun in like a very natural house, or so that way if it is Scorpio energy in the 8th house, it's where it's supposed to be, so that feels kind of natural. And then maybe like a lot of other very positive aspects that balance out that Scorpio nature with the sun. But I personally know some Scorpios, and it's been a very challenging thing witnessing them have relationships with people. So I think you have to kind of just consider what you're willing to do, what you're willing to work with. Um, and yeah, it's tough. It's like it's a tough situation to be in, I'm sure. Hey, lovely, welcome back. I just got tired of playing the waiting game. No, you're right. Yeah. So like that's the thing. Like I kind of want to have a poll. Like if you're a Scorpio, are you in a successful, healthy, committed relationship? Yes or no? I don't think a single person would be able to respond yes. And I feel like here's the thing. I will say I think that there are Scorpios that can do well, but it's almost like they have to learn the lessons the hard way first and then they figure out what they want and then maybe they do find their person. Um but they have to basically find someone who's exactly like them. Like I don't know how to explain that really truly, but I feel like they need to have someone who has the same interests as them, who wants what they're looking for, has the same sexual drive, the same sexual like desires. Some Scorpios want to be in open relationships, like that their partner needs to be completely okay with that. um they need to feel like maybe their partner has even more shame than they do so that they feel they can open up. Like I mean, I feel like a successful Scorpio relationship would equal be dating someone who's identical to them and otherwise it will be very very hard to do that. um so Patricia, yeah, that's tough because I feel like you might be looking for things that a Scorpio is not looking for. Because you want stability, you want to feel like, and I get you, Patricia, a little bit more than maybe the average person because I have a Taurus moon. So what motivates me emotionally and makes me feel safe is stability, is feeling like I understand what my day-to-day life is going to look like, having money in the bank, having material possessions, um, feeling like consistent every single day, not feeling like my world is like up in the air and all over the place. I like spontaneous adventures, but I don't like a spontaneous life. And so I can't handle like not knowing from day to day, like if someone cares about me, if someone loves me, if someone wants to be my friend. I keep a very small circle because I know for a fact that those people are guaranteed to want to be in my life. And so for you, I can understand the elusiveness of a Scorpio energy and this person that I was tapping into specifically, not feeling that stability, I'm sure can make you feel very on edge. Your ex Scorpio is still trying to win you back 10 years later. You dated him when you were 1927. He's still trying to get you back. Oh my God. That's wild. They stay hanging on to the past way too long. Yeah, it's tough. And the crazy thing about a Scorpio is that I've noticed is that they're the kind of person that wants to be friends with you, like afterwards. Like they're totally fine keeping in touch, hooking up on a very like basic friends with benefits level or just being friends with you. That's one thing that they're really good at is being friends with you after a relationship. For the most part. So Patricia, hopefully that gives you some kind of clarity. If you want to add on to your reading, let me know now so that you don't have to wait. But if that did provide the clarity that you may have needed, let me know and I'm going to move on to the next person. You're welcome, Patricia. Have a great night. You're going to move on to Lovely. Lovely. Let's see. Channeled reading. Brittany's like, get out of there, girl. You got to go. Hey, girl. Hey. All right, let's get started for you. Oh my gosh, are you serious? You dream about him quite a bit. So interesting. Oh shit, I got the High Priestess. I think that's him. What are you doing? My cat getting into trouble right now. About halfway done. All right. About to get this sent over to you. Okay, so your channeled message, he says, it's not easy to put into words how I feel about you, but I'll try. I think about you often. As time goes by, I get more worried you are slipping further and further away from me. One thing I can't forget is your face, smile, and your voice. Sometimes it's like you put this spell on me. I think it was supposed to be like, sometimes it feels like you put a spell on me. I can't forget you, and I don't want to. You are the most honest, direct, and straightforward person I've ever met, and to be honest, I wasn't used to that, but now I appreciate that about you. It's one of the reasons that I can't get you out of my head. I feel like I can feel you. I feel like you are still around me somehow. And now I'm reading your dream. Wait. The way that you're... Hold on. The first sentence? What? %1,000%. Like, that feels like to me that maybe you're looking... That is so freaking funny. First of all, a couple of things, if you want me to like interpret what I think of it. I think that you feel like the man in the relationship, because he might be coming from a place where you feel like he's more like emotionally, what's the word? I don't... What word am I trying to say? I feel like he's coming from a place where... Driven, that's the word. He's more emotionally driven. You're more like logically, realistically driven. And I feel almost like you feel like the guy, because you're like, I'm having to deal with this guy's emotions. Like he's not taking action. He's not like doing the things, right? And you're like, kind of like, why am I feeling that I have to lead this connection? So there's that interpretation. But then also, it could indicate that there's a desire within you for him to open up to you in the way that a woman would naturally open up to someone. You're looking for some type of emotional availability from him. And that could also be another reason why you had this dream. That's hilarious, though. That's so funny to me. So that's what I think that dream is about. But that's hilarious. Sounds good. Brittany, have a great night. Thank you so much for all the support tonight, all the comments. I really appreciate you. Perfect. Okay, so as far as tarot, what would you like me to look into for you? Okay. All right, so the first card out we have is Judgment. I feel like there is like a subconscious part of you that is, I mean, literally judging him for his actions and probably making like assessments or judgments on basically like what it is that he's doing or has not done. So there could be a part of you, whether, you know, consciously you're like, no hard feelings, but maybe deep down underneath it all, you are like upset or you are judging him for these things that he has or hasn't done. Do you get what I mean? Like, because on the surface we can say, oh, it's fine, like it is what it is, but like deep down we're just kind of like, man, that was the wrong move, like you should have done better, and we have feelings about that kind of thing. This also can speak to your desire for him to make amends with you, for him to come forward and apologize and offer you the clarity that you're looking for. Judgment is all about healing. As we know, in the traditional Rider-Waite, there's a red cross, and I always associate that with healing, like the Red Cross Association, basically like healing the connection or healing the bonds of the connection. And with judgment comes understanding. It comes feeling like you both are stepping into like a very authentic place and not holding back, not keeping secrets, not, you know, avoiding the truth between the two of you, really just saying things for what they are. And so in this dream, there's this desire, or the reason you're dreaming is this desire for him to provide that clarity to you so that you guys can move forward. Basically, you're saying, hey, I showed up authentically for you. Like I was fully myself. I, you know, put myself out there and I felt like I was completely 100% me. And I felt like you were holding back and like you weren't showing me exactly who you were. And that can be something that's a little bit frustrating. And that might be where the judging comes into play. So these dreams that you're having from him, it could be your subconscious trying to understand what has happened, you know, between the two of you. And With the Tower card, it indicates like this desire for change. Six of Swords, desire to move forward into an easier time. And the thing is you don't want him to show up like a woman, right? That's funny. That's a funny way it's almost like your sense of humor came through in your own dream, which is hilarious. But you are looking for that emotional availability. King of Cups. You are looking for him not to express himself like a woman, but to express himself like a man, like someone who understands and has an emotional intelligence about him and can honestly outwardly express what it is that he's feeling. You're not looking for someone to be overly emotional. You're not looking for someone to cry and to get hysterical or anything like that. But you are saying, hey, I want this person to tell me what's going on. Be vulnerable. Tell me how they're feeling. And I think also with the Page of Swords, you're looking for insight from your dreams. You're trying to have a better understanding of what's going on with him. Your subconscious mind is trying to play out a scenario where you can kind of maybe rewrite the story or have a different ending, or trying to tap into the higher knowing and understanding like what's happening here. Because the Page of Swords is very studious, as you know. It's the kind of card that like I want to learn, I want to understand, like I want to make sense of this. I want to know why this happened. It's very research oriented. And so there are probably a lot of times during your waking life, you know, maybe every week or every couple of days or however often, where you are trying to make sense of this. You are trying to understand what the heck happened. And that is seeping into your subconscious mind, trying to make trying to get an understanding of what happened. So I think it's a little bit of kind of, you know, my interpretation of your dream, but also a little bit more that I didn't even know. Because I think that, you know, the one thing I didn't see is that you are judging him for his poor decisions. Like you are maybe a little bit frustrated with him, maybe a little bit upset that you guys had such a good connection and he fumbled, you know, and you're like, you disappointed me. So that is something I didn't necessarily see until I pulled the cards. Yeah, totally. So I feel like you're just kind of like, take off the mask. Show me who you are. And maybe, Eliana, there is a little bit of weakness that you see in him. Like, so I have the 8 of Swords and I have the Strength. So, you know, I feel like maybe you feel he's weak. And not to say that in like a derogatory way, but you see a weakness in him because you're like, if he had the strength, if he had the capacity, if he was the man that I'm looking for, he wouldn't have done these things or didn't do these things. He wouldn't have put me in this position. So when I see the 8 of Swords, someone feeling very restricted paired with strength, which means literal like vitality, being a strong person, then you feel he's restricted in that way. And also, it's the Light Seers deck, so when I see the Strength card, it looks like the person's wearing a mask and you're feeling like he doesn't have the capability to show you his true self, to show up the way that you did in the relationship. Trying to be so cold when I know he's not like that. Yeah. And the thing is that you can read him on a deeper level. You have the High Priestess that I pulled for you with your channeled reading, and I think he might know that. Especially if you read tarot. I know you read tarot, especially if he knows that you read tarot. That you can kind of see through the facade. You always get a mask with this deck? Yep, me too. It always feels like someone's not revealing their true self. Like they're full, like they're giving you a little bit, but they're not going deep with you. Eliana, I just want to say I'm so grateful when you come in here because I feel like you come in here and you're so open. And I have a lot of people in here that are like that. I will say, like, more often than not, there are a lot of people who come in, they're very open to hear what I have to say, good, bad, or in between. But there's just something when I connect with your energy specifically that I just feel like I get higher knowledge. And I don't know if it's because you also are a reader and maybe somehow we're using our powers together. Like if I do a reading for you, you're like open and I'm able to kind of tap into like your energy too. And it makes it more powerful. I don't quite know, but it feels special. Like when I read for you, I always feel like I get information that I otherwise might not be able to tap into or something. He does know that I pick up on people's energies, didn't know about reading tarot. So yes, he knows that I know more on a deeper level. Thank you so much, Ella. Yes, because I'm also very open-minded, but I think I'm like that with other people that I'm aligned with on a spiritual level. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it's just always fun reading for you because even if I don't know what I'm gonna, you know what I mean. When you're shuffling, like someone asks you a question and you're shuffling, and it's not until you get your hands like in the deck and you're shuffling that the information then starts coming through, or at least that's how it is for me. But when I see their question, if I haven't like tapped in yet, sometimes I'm like, where is this reading even going to go? Like, I don't even know like what I'm about to tune into. And then I get shuffling and then messages are coming in, and then cards are coming out, and then we're rolling. And that's how I feel for you. But I almost feel like I don't know, it hits on a like more, I don't know, it's a different level. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, that's awesome. And I've been seeing you going live a lot lately. I haven't come in because I've just been always doing other things at the same time, but I hope things are going well for you over there. Channel reading, he mentioned feeling like you put a spell on him and I've been transmuting energy. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, because he was like, she's got me under her thumb. She's got me under her spell. Yeah, he's like, I can't forget her. It's just so funny. Nice. Very happy to hear that. Well, thank you again. I won't keep you, but I really appreciate you stopping in, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Have a good night.